gonna sum up Jim Dabakis in one word.
Charismatic.
Vivacious.
Boisterous.
Dynamic.
Wildly compassionate.
Unpredictable.
Exhilarating.
Crazy.
Effective.
Well behaved.
Wacky. I've always called him Wacky Dabaki because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth next.
Explosive.
Bombastic.
Bombastic.
Passionate.
Limitless.
Quiet.
Refreshing.
Larger than life.
Plucky.
But he has one drawback. He's funnier than I am. I've had to live with that.
Razor sharp wit.
Intelligent.
Jim is principled.
One of a kind.
Uniter.
Energy.
A statesman.
Enthusiasm.
Motivational.
Mentor.
Rosa Parks.
Devoted. Heart.
Catalyst.
Possibility.
Conviction.
Well, I was going to say irreplaceable.
Jim has a way of working with young people and inspiring, challenging, pushing them.
I think the biggest thing that Jim taught me was to hassle the refs. And he taught me the value in pushing back. I encountered the biggest press pool of my life at the LDS Dems event in Charlotte. And we had all the major outlets. I would have been completely run over. So Jim made me mean, but in a good way.
Anything is possible with Jim. Anything.
Working with Jim is looking at the realm of possibility and it becoming real.
He pushed me to think outside the box. He pushed me to not go the usual way, and it would all work out fine, but he definitely pushed me.
Making us know that we can accomplish more than we ever thought possible. And I think that's really what his gift was to the staff.
You know, Utah, the place where Democrats are kind of like as welcome as a kidney stone. There comes a man. There comes a man. The dude, Jim Dabakis.
Before, there were too many people who just didn't believe in us, and now we really do believe in ourselves, and that's amazing.
I think he's always speaking for the minority.
Jim is in Utah with the LGBT community what Rosa Parks was to the civil rights movement in the 60s. I think he is fundamentally changing the conversation by saying enough's enough.
I've come to really respect his way of saying what he thinks, and it gets noticed.
He manages to find that little grain of humanity in everybody that leads the hardest right-wing person to social justice.
In our communities for the poor with respect to health care. As a senator, he's been fighting for that. In fact, he's been really pressing the governor hard, I think, in marvelous ways, short of punching him.
As a member of the LGBT community, to have somebody who's out there as much as he is was so heartwarming and so fulfilling to know that someone was out there speaking my truth.
Jim stands up and you think, uh-oh, and then you realize that what he's saying is really right on.
He has got it, and he knows how to do it, and he does it better than anybody I know.
He has made a concerted effort to message to the full state and to be considerate of what is happening throughout the state.
He has done what is just the 29 county strategy. You know, no one before him has done anything to even compare with what Jim Dabakis has done. And now let's see what happens.
And I think we are so much better off than we were before him.
The energy he brought to the party just really, I feel, put us ahead 10 years.
Jim has been a great advocate for a greater Canyonlands. I mean, for expanding the protection of the beauty that we have around this area of the state that is absolutely unique and is found nowhere else in the world. And I think that that's maybe his greatest legacy from a political standpoint.
You have to play if you want to win. You can't just talk about it. That's why he was so successful. That's why he was able to deliver so much to the party. And I hope that's a takeaway for all Democrats in the state.
Well, I think that Jim has truly mobilized people. He makes you understand that if you sit at the table, if you march on the street, people will respond, and I think that has been his great legacy.
I will leave feeling like the Democratic Party really is a big tent party. Jim is the man who married his partner of 27 years on national media, but he's also the man who started the LDS Democrats, and if that doesn't paint you a picture of what it means to be open, then I don't know what does.
Jim was always more than a boss. He was a family friend. And if I could say one thing at his leaving the party, it would be that I am grateful that he gets to become the friend of so many more families through the work that he is doing now.
Jim, what you have done with the party and with the state and with bringing new people, new blood, is remarkable and will always, always be remembered. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. You're my hero.
We'll miss you in the role, Jim.
Perfect.
Don't let the Republicans get you down.
Love you, Jim, and looking forward to more years working with you in the Senate.
I don't know anybody that just loves people like you do, so keep doing it.
Lead with courage. Lead with intelligence, but continue to lead.
Thank you, Jim, for all you do. You've been awesome.
You just fill people with your energy, and I can't thank you enough for bringing that to the party.
Jim, we're going to miss you. I know as a former state chair that summoning enthusiasm is really hard to do sometimes, but you've done a great job with that.
Thank you for your service to the people of Utah, and you will be missed as our state party chair.
And I also want to thank you for your uncanny ability to get in, stir the pot, step back, and see what you've made happen.
Thanks for being a friend, Jim. Thanks for supporting me in my commitment and work in the community. I could not do it without you.
Jim would make a great governor. Keep running for office.
Keep changing the world, Jim.
I mean, thank you doesn't even begin to encompass it. Everything that I do from here on out will have a little bit of Jim in it, which is terrifying but amazing.
Get a wardrobe consultant. Love you, mean it.
Develop a sense of shame.
He will never disappear, and he will always be with us, and he will always watch us, and he will always support us.
You owe me $200. See me later.
Thank you for the opportunity to work with you, with my amazing colleagues, to work under someone that I have learned so much from and that I 100% agree with. And thank you for helping me grow in this position and in this world.
Keep working hard, Jim. You're going to make a great senator one of these days.
Okay, gotta cut it now because I'm gonna cry my eyes out.